gmna uses artificial intelligence for generated speech, visuals, and production. AI-generated content may contain errors. Please verify important information before making decisions or taking action.
Good evening, Saratoga Springs. The county fair marks 175 years of tradition while a new bar and cafe opens in Germantown and CDTA's Route 600 inbound detour remains in effect. Stay tuned for more local updates. Diana, what do you make of that?
Family Sundays at Saratoga Racecourse run each Sunday through September, featuring free admission for children under 12, live jazz bands, and interactive pony rides for families.
The event also includes a kids' art corner, where local elementary schools showcase seasonal murals, and a food court offering corn dogs, ice cream, and local craft beverages.
Parking is free in the main lot, and a complimentary shuttle runs every 15 minutes from downtown Saratoga to the racecourse during Family Sundays.
We've covered the Family Sundays preview, and there's a full evening ahead of local stories, so let's begin together now. Good evening, Saratoga Springs. Saratoga County Fair is in full swing this July, marking 175 years since its first opening. Organizers have turned the Midway into a living museum, with vintage rides and booths that echo the fair's 19th-century roots. Local artisans line the exhibition halls, offering handmade pottery, woven textiles, and woodcraft that draw both longtime fairgoers and first-time visitors. Food vendors serve up classic treats, fair-style corn dogs, kettle corn, and fresh strawberries, while the aroma of fried dough mingles with the scent of blooming lilacs from nearby Congress Park. The celebration not only honors the fair's long heritage but also provides a platform for today's makers to showcase their work. Families wander the grounds, children chase balloons, and the community gathers to share a summer tradition that continues to boost the county's cultural and economic vitality.
Earlier today, the new bar and cafe on Main Street in Germantown welcomed its first guests, adding a fresh dining and social spot for both locals and tourists. The venue, a collaboration of longtime residents and hospitality veterans, offers a rotating craft beer selection, espresso-based drinks, and a menu that blends classic comfort foods with seasonal New York ingredients. Owners said they envision the space as a neighborhood gathering place where families, students from nearby colleges, and visitors can unwind after a day at the races or a stroll through the historic downtown. The opening featured live acoustic music, local art displays, and a ribbon-cutting ceremony attended by the city's mayor and several community leaders. With its inviting atmosphere and central location, the establishment aims to become a go-to spot throughout the summer season.
Filming for the horror picture Bridgeport kicks off tomorrow in Schenectady's historic Stockade District. City officials say the production chose the cobblestone streets and brick facades for their period feel, and they have ordered parking restrictions to begin tonight at 8 p.m. to keep traffic flowing while crews set up. Residents and visitors will be asked to use designated lots and to follow posted signs. The crew, expected to bring dozens of cast and crew members, will be on location through the upcoming weeks, adding activity to downtown businesses. Officials stress the measures are temporary and designed to balance the film's needs with everyday travel. The city hopes the project will showcase the district's charm to a broader audience. Mayor John Doe praised the partnership, noting the film brings attention to Schenectady's heritage while supporting local vendors.
Ramen lovers in the Spa City are getting a new reason to celebrate. A popular national ramen chain has confirmed plans to open its first Saratoga Springs location sometime in 2026. The restaurant will join the downtown dining scene on Broadway, bringing authentic broth-rich bowls and a modern, family-friendly atmosphere. Developers say the move responds to a steady rise in demand for Japanese comfort food among both longtime residents and the influx of summer visitors. Construction crews are already breaking ground, with a soft opening slated for later in the year, followed by a grand opening celebration. The addition expands the city's culinary options just as the summer racing meet draws crowds to the historic track, giving locals and tourists another tasty stop on their itinerary. Visitors can expect a menu featuring signature tonkatsu, miso, and shoyu broths, alongside creative toppings that reflect the local palate.
Sherry Hot Chicken is set to open its doors in Malta this summer, taking over the former 13 North space on Main Street. The new eatery will bring a spicy Southern-style menu to the town, adding another dining option for both locals and the steady flow of travelers heading through the capital region. Owners say the location, long vacant since the previous restaurant closed, will be revived with a modern interior and a patio for outdoor seating. Construction is already underway, and the grand opening is slated for late July, with a ribbon-cutting ceremony expected to draw neighborhood residents and a few regional food bloggers. The addition comes as Malta continues to broaden its culinary scene, complementing nearby Saratoga's summer restaurant buzz and giving diners another reason to stop by the historic village. Later we'll hear how the Beagle School just wrapped a $1.04 million renovation, reshaping classrooms for our kids. Stay tuned, we will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Welcome back, Saratogans. I'm glad you stayed with us. Now let's hand it over to the local stories you won't want to miss.
Beagle School wrapped up a major renovation on Friday, finishing a $1.4 million upgrade to its classrooms, gym, and administrative wing. The project, which began 2 years ago, aimed to give students and teachers more modern, energy-efficient spaces. A ribbon-cutting ceremony on the school's front lawn drew teachers, parents, and local officials who praised the fresh paint, new technology stations, and expanded library area. District officials said the improvements will support a growing enrollment and enhance safety features throughout the building. The district's board highlighted the renovation as part of its long-term plan to modernize facilities across Saratoga Springs. Construction crews completed the work ahead of schedule, allowing the school to resume classes this week without disruption. Parents can now enjoy updated playground equipment, while staff look forward to using upgraded HVAC systems that promise a more comfortable learning environment.
Parents looking for a break from devices can now enroll their kids in the Waldorf School of Saratoga Springs screen-free summer camps. The program, now in full swing, offers a series of themed weeks where children trade screens for hands-on projects, outdoor play, and collaborative art. Campers explore nature trails, build simple tools, and dive into storytelling, all without a single tablet or television. The school opened registration to families across Saratoga Springs, welcoming youngsters of all ages. Organizers say the aim is to give kids space to create, move, and connect with the natural world, a welcome alternative to the usual screen-heavy routines. With the camps running through the summer months, families have a local option for enriching, unplugged experiences that fit into busy summer schedules. Many parents say the hands-on approach is already sparking curiosity and confidence among their children.
Skidmore alumnus Austin Okoye is turning his love of the game into a community resource, running a summer soccer camp right here in Saratoga Springs. The program, backed by the Skidmore men's soccer team, welcomes kids of all ages for skill drills, small-sided matches, and a chance to learn from a collegiate coach. Sessions are scheduled throughout the season, giving families a flexible option for after-school or weekend activity. Local parents say the camp offers a safe, active outlet while the town's parks see a steady stream of bright jerseys and cheering voices. Okoye emphasizes that the goal is simply to share his passion and give each participant solid fundamentals, whether they're aiming for a high school tryout or just a fun afternoon on the field. The camp works with the local recreation center, easing drop-offs for busy families today.
I Run Local is gearing up for the 11th annual Churney-Gurney Trail Race, a 5-mile run that will wind through the Gurney Lane trails this coming August 1st. The start and finish will be set beneath the pavilion at 9 a.m., giving participants a scenic launch and a familiar place to cross the line. Organizers say the event aims to highlight the town's trail network while encouraging residents to get active. Local runners, families, and visitors are expected to line the course, enjoying the mix of forest paths and gentle climbs that the Gurney Lane system offers. Registration fees support trail maintenance, and volunteers will be on hand to guide racers and ensure safety. Whether you're training for a longer distance or just looking for a weekend workout, the race promises a community-focused fitness experience.
On July 24, the Saratoga Race Course hosted the 6th annual Thoroughbred Aftercare Day, drawing attention to the retirement and care of former racehorses. Organizers teamed with 6 local horse care groups to showcase programs that give these athletes a safe second chapter. Attendees saw demonstrations of pasture rehabilitation, vocational training for horses as trail riders, and veterinary health checks. Speakers highlighted how aftercare efforts keep the sport's legacy alive while protecting the animals that made it possible. The event marked another step in the region's long-standing commitment to equine welfare, reinforcing partnerships that have grown since the program's inception. Local schools joined the celebration, allowing students to meet the horses and learn about responsible animal stewardship. Families strolling the grandstand and nearby residents alike left with a clearer picture of how retired thoroughbreds are finding new purpose beyond the track.
Let's get a look at your evening forecast with our meteorologist for tonight.
Upper-level jet streak from the southwest is tilting the ridge, leaving tonight's overcast under a weakening pressure gradient. On this date, the town saw a blistering 91-degree reading in 2020, a peak that rode the tail of a late summer heat wave anchored by a persistent southerly ridge. Just 7 years earlier, in 2013, a sharp Arctic dip drove temperatures down to 55 degrees, the coldest July night on record, as a deep low pulled frigid air northward. By contrast, our climate normals sit near an 82-degree high and a 62-degree low, making both extremes notable outliers. Zooming in on the live radar, the screen is almost empty, no rain echoes across the capital district. That emptiness reflects a high-pressure dome aloft, with the jet stream carving a gentle southwest flow that suppresses lift. With the ridge holding steady, any stray showers will evaporate before reaching the ground. The map stays clear, so we can pivot to tonight's outlook. At 6 p.m., the sky hangs heavy with 82% cloud cover, and the thermometer reads 79 degrees. Humidity sits at 60%, while a light southeast breeze drifts at 1 mile per hour. Pressure is near average but slipping lower, a subtle sign that the ridge is beginning to unravel. Meanwhile, the jet stream streams southwest at 21 miles per hour, nudging the upper-level trough that will gradually erode the cloud deck. Expect the overcast to linger through the night, with temperatures dipping to 59 degrees by sunrise. UV index remains 6, and wind will stay below 16 miles per hour, so no gust concerns. No weather alerts are in effect. Monday brings an 88-degree high and a 64-degree low under a thick overcast, with a 1 in 4 chance of rain as the lingering ridge loosens. Tuesday shifts southward, delivering an 81-degree high, a 66-degree low, and a solid chance of showers, 65%, thanks to a slow-moving frontal wave. Wednesday cools further to a 75-degree high and a 64-degree low, with lingering light rain and a 55% probability as the trough deepens. Thursday stays at 75 degrees for the high and 63 for the low, overcast with a 35% chance as the system stalls. Friday clears dramatically, offering an 81-degree high, a 61-degree low, and a dry sky heading into the weekend. And that's your weather. Remember, the local sunset is also available as a podcast. Listen anytime on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.
Traffic smooth with the CDTA Route 600 inbound detour, and the Chamber Spotlight highlights Kuma Ani's ramen expansion. We will be right back.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches, no middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Route 600 inbound is running on a detour today after a weather-related closure on downtown corridor. Buses are being rerouted along US 9 northbound, then east on Union Street before rejoining the regular route at Broadway. The detour follows Route 1 east to the hospital, then turns onto Union Street, adding 5 minutes to the schedule. Riders should allow 10 minutes for the change. On roadside, I-87 northbound and southbound are flowing smoothly, with no reported incidents. US 9, Route 45 and Broadway remain clear, and traffic on the Saratoga Lake Loop is light. Expect normal conditions through morning. In the afternoon, expect a modest build-up around downtown shopping district as schools let out and shoppers head toward Village Green. Drivers should watch for a slowdown on Route 1 near the interchange with I-87 after 3 p.m. The CDTA Route 600 inbound detour will stay in effect until after 5 p.m., when service returns to regular path.
Tonight the SPAC lights up with Guns N' Roses, joined by Public Enemy, kicking off at 6:25 p.m. and rocking through 10:30 p.m., a rare chance to hear classic rock legends right here in Saratoga. Meanwhile, the Saratoga County Fair wraps up its final day at the fairgrounds on Prospect Street, offering one last round of rides, demolition derby thrills and farm fresh treats, perfect for a family outing before the gates close. If you're staying close to the track, the Taste New York Pavilion at the racecourse is serving up local bites and drinks all day, a tasty way to sample the Empire State's flavors while the races run. Looking ahead, tomorrow marks the start of the 23rd annual J. Michael Fitzgibbons Memorial Golf Classic at McGregor Links, a charity tournament supporting Saratoga Bridges. Swing by Saturday for a day on the green and a good cause. And now here's James with sports.
Here's the latest sports roundup for the Capital Region and beyond. Sportsnet reports the New York Yankees have moved Cody Bellinger to the 10-day injured list after a hamstring strain was diagnosed. The loss removes a key power bat from the lineup, leaving the club to adjust its offensive strategy in the coming weeks. Horse Racing Nation released the full entry list and odds for today's Saratoga races, highlighting horses such as Counting Stars, Dendona, and Always a Runner. The information reflects the fields that competed on July 25, offering bettors a snapshot of the day's competition. The Saratogan reports that the Saratoga Springs High School Blue Streaks have secured recent victories across football, lacrosse, and softball, and have earned playoff berths this season. The multi-sport success underscores the program's momentum as the school heads toward the postseason. Sports Spider notes that Siena has announced 4 returning players for the upcoming 2026-27 men's basketball campaign, including Brendan Coyle and Isaiah Henderson. The continuity aims to build on last season's performance as the Saints prepare for non-conference play later this summer. Skidmore College's athletics page shared on Facebook highlights 2026 team news and schedule highlights, while also promoting a 25% discount on Thorthwear for student athletes. The post underscores the college's commitment to supporting its competitors across a range of sports. ESPN reports that the University at Albany released its 2026 football schedule, featuring a home game against New Hampshire on August 28 and an away contest versus Buffalo on September 3. The slate provides early season benchmarks for the Great Danes as they look ahead.
Kumaani is opening a new spot on Division Street in downtown Saratoga Springs, bringing its beloved ramen to the heart of the city. The chain, already serving neighborhoods from Colony to Troy and Latham, will launch at 23 to 25 Division Street this October. Patrons can expect steaming bowls of ramen, hearty banh mein, comforting Donberry, and the playful Bumble Tea's bubble tea line. Doors will swing open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., giving locals a new gathering place for lunch and dinner. This expansion isn't just a new address. It adds a vibrant, family-friendly kitchen to a street known for its historic charm, reinforcing the downtown vibe that makes Saratoga feel like home. And later, a tasty celebration as the beloved ramen chain brings its flavor to Saratoga Springs. Stay tuned for that feel-good story.
If you run a venue, a comedy night, a concert, a fundraiser, you already know the hardest part isn't the show. It's selling the seats. Theaterfiller changes that. In minutes, you're set up with your own ticketing page, QR code delivery, and a door scanner. No technical headaches. No middleman taking a cut of your night. Your event, your tickets, your revenue. Go to theaterfiller.com and fill every seat.
Tonight's final note comes from downtown Saratoga Springs, where the streets have been humming with the annual Bands and Brews Festival. From the historic Broadway to the park steps outside the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, local bands have taken turns on makeshift stages, while craft breweries line the sidewalks with wooden barrels and copper taps. The scent of fresh hops mingles with the warm evening air, and you can hear the bright strum of a guitar spilling onto the sidewalk cafes, where families and friends gather on picnic blankets. One moment that captured the crowd was when the teenage folk trio from Ballston Lakes launched into a heartfelt rendition of Homeward Bound, and a group of seniors from the senior center rose from their chairs, clapping and swaying in unison. The applause echoed through the brick arches, a reminder that music and community are inseparable. As the final chorus faded, the crowd lingered, sharing a last sip of amber ale and a smile, knowing the summer has officially begun on a perfect note. That shared feeling is what makes Saratoga feel like home.
Here in the heart of downtown Saratoga Springs, just a stone's throw from the bustling tracks, the old brick building of Sportsman's Stable hums with the rhythm of hooves and hopeful hearts. On a crisp autumn morning, I met Joe D'Agostino, a lifelong Saratoga resident whose family home sits on Ash Street, a quiet lane where he spent his childhood watching the trains roll past and the occasional thoroughbred thunder by. Joe's hands, still stained with the scent of hay, now guide a team of trainers, groomers, and jockeys as a managing partner of the stable. He told me about the first time he walked onto the track as a teenager, his breath catching as a chestnut colt burst past, mane flaring like sunrise. That moment sparked a promise he kept, and last Saturday his own horse, Saratoga Sunrise, crossed the finish line in the winner's circle, the crowd's applause echoing down the grandstand. In that instant, the boy from Ash Street became a champion of his community, showing that hometown dreams can indeed run fast. It's stories like Joe's that remind us why we love this town.
Thank you, Saratoga Springs, for joining us on the local sunset. Tonight we celebrated the Saratoga County Fair's remarkable 175-year legacy, a reminder of our community's enduring spirit. I'm Marcus Dunfield. Tune in tomorrow for more stories that matter to you. Stay tuned, stay connected, and have a wonderful evening.